Hello viewers, in this video I'll be going over Gold Miners Jr. ETF ticker symbol GDXJ. Today we are up 2% on the 1 hour chart. We are approaching positive MACD after hitting negative RSI, or I should say oversold RSI on the 4 hour chart. We may encounter a convergence on the MACD, and same thing as the 1 hour RSI. We were oversold on the RSI yesterday, and on the daily chart we're still negative on the daily MACD, and we broke support, this 100-day moving average, which is a bit concerning for the trend. Now this acts as resistance since we are below the support line, so I'll mark that as our next possible resistance, and by that time I do see the 9-day moving average converging onto that same price range, which is roughly around the price of $37.20. That is our first resistance. However, if we do manage to go down lower, the next support will be the 150-day moving average, and that price also coincides with past support that dated back to late June. So that is at the price of $34.70. So if we were to move on higher, that price movement is roughly around 1.8% to the upside, and to the downside that is roughly 4.7% lower. So let's head to the forecast model. So this forecast model is now available in the link below, so check it out. So back to the forecast model, we'll go day by day. We're Gold Miners Jr. We'll head to the next coming days. So we have 1 day out, 2 days out, 3 days out, 4 days out, 5 days out, 6 days out, and 7 days out. So which one of these forecast models we should focus on? Ideally, the model that is the best match to the current trend. Right here we have the current trend, and below is the trend that I believe is the best match. And this trend dates back to January 30th, 2019 to April 26th, 2019. So let me point out why these two charts are similar. We started off touching the upper Bollinger Band, and then we proceeded to head down lower to touch the bottom Bollinger Band, and after that we reverted back to the mean to touch the middle Bollinger Band, closed above the middle Bollinger Band for several days. However, it lost steam and head back down lower, and once more it reverted back to the mean again to touch the middle Bollinger Band, and then finally we see another touch on the bottom Bollinger Band. One could say we have another touch on the bottom Bollinger Band as well. Let's just mark that too. So we have 3 touches on the bottom, or I will say this as a dip. So we have 3 dips near the bottom Bollinger Band. So on to the current or trend in question. So we have 1 touch on the upper Bollinger Band. So let's just mark out all the instances where it touches the bottom Bollinger Band. So we have 1 there, the second one right there, and then the last one right towards the end. And we have 2 instances where it touches the middle Bollinger Band. So we have the first one right here, in between the 2 instances where it touches the bottom Bollinger Band, and then once more finally right there as well. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. So there's reason to believe that the trends and patterns are the same. The outcome and forecast should be fairly the same. And back then, let's go back. So back then, June 30th to April 26, 2019, Gold miners junior was down roughly around 3.6%, so we may encounter the 150-day moving average support, so we may head down lower to touch that support. As of now, is not looking good for the gold trend, and if you want this forecast model, check out the link below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and once again, thank you for watching.